Hi, welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today is the third installment, part 3 of the Volkswagen camper van called T2. It's Lego set 10279, and we've gotten a few bags done here, and I just noticed I didn't do a camera setting, so I apologize here. Okay. And also, I guess I need to silence my phone. Sorry for the bad start, but let's continue. So far we've gotten bags 1 through 4 done, and this is where we're at. We have the shell of it done. We've got a little bit of steering components done here. We've got some of the sides done. The door's missing, the back door's missing, but we've got the engine compartment done, but not the engine itself. The tail lights, a little bit of the bumper. So we're moving along, progressing nicely. And we're going to start with bag number 5, and I have laid out 4 different, well, almost 4. I didn't quite get 4 done. Bags are laid out and ready to go, so this should be a lot quicker and pretty seamless. And good morning, Ghost Green Man. Thanks for joining us from the UK, if I remember right. And he says that he's making a space police ship. Is that related to the Lego movie, or is that just your own separate mock? Now, I did like the secret, what was it called, the super secret police drop ship. I own that one. I love that from the Lego movie. I think it's so funny. But if you're building something else, hey, that's cool too. And Jenny says, good morning, Jeff, and good morning. Thanks for joining. Let's go ahead and get started here. Looks like we're going to be doing some of the interior seats and that kind of stuff today. Very happy about that. And yesterday was a really good day for me. I've fallen behind on quite a few things. And so I made a list of all the things that, well, I can't say all the things need to accomplish because I'm sure other stuff will come up, but let's put it this way. I've made a list of all the things that I know that need to be done right now. And I started prioritizing it yesterday, and I was able to knock some of those things out. Very happy about that. And it looks like, no, I'm not missing a piece. Okay, good. About 2 months ago now, we had a really strong wind come through here, and it was unexpected, and it picked up my neighbor's trampoline and deposited it on top of my barbecue grill. Here we go. We've got a little bit of a shelf here with a cup, and we will continue. And during that episode, the barbecue grill saved my house because it was a few feet from my house, and had it not been there, the barbecue grill likely would have smashed into windows, causing a lot of damage. So I am grateful that it did happen that way. But the unfortunate thing is my barbecue grill took a hit, and I had to order pieces, which I did, and I had made the time yesterday to fix that. One of the shelves got mangled on the side, which again I'm grateful for because it could have landed directly on it and rendering that a complete loss. And it was not a complete loss. In fact, the shelf was only like $20. The shipping was $5. So anyway, I made time and I pulled it apart, and well, since I already had the thing partially apart, I made the time to clean it up real nice. So I got that done, and that was, in my opinion, a big win. Okay, so we've got, it looks like a back of a seat or something here. Looks like we're going to build another one. So yeah, I cleaned up the barbecue grill pretty good as part of that, and wheeled it back to where it belongs, and it was pretty cool. I like getting stuff done like that. And then another thing that was on my list is that I'm trying to get my trains together, my Lego trains. I really want to be a part of the show coming up. I've been invited to take a part of it, so a part in it. So I broke out my Lego trains yesterday. They were pretty much, I had taken all the gallon bags and I put them on a shelf. Well, actually 3 different shelves. That's how many trains I have. But they weren't like verified that all the pieces were there. And that was a bit of a chore, but I enjoyed it because I got to break out old trains that I haven't seen in a long time. And I think this is on the list of favorites for many, and that is the Emerald Knight. That is the dark green steam engine. And like I said, I know a lot of people like that set. And I broke mine out. Here's the back bench seat here. We'll put that. Put this on here. I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge because I have large hands and oh, there we go. And that's kind of a tight spot. There we go. So we've got that in there. So I broke out the Emerald Knight, and mine is not motorized yet. I do have the pieces to make it motorized. I just one of those many things that I had the intention of doing, but never got around to doing. So, but I broke it out, and I took the coal tender car that's right behind the steam engine, and I filled it with some 1x1 round bricks to make it look like coal is back there. And I sure wish that I could build more passenger cars to that. However, last time I checked, because those windows, I think the Emerald Knight is the only set that comes with the windows. I could be wrong on that, but it was, I think that's the way it was at one time when I looked at it. And they were selling for $2 a window, and I can't afford that. So I will not do that. And good morning, Irish Andrew. How you doing? Thanks for joining us this morning. All right, so we're on bag 5, Irish. So we've got a little bit of the interior done here. So yeah, I was working on the Emerald Knight train yesterday, and got that together. And then I have also taken some of my parts and built. Oh wait, wrong spot here. Sorry, sometimes I can't talk and work at the same time. I took a passenger train, 2 of them, because it had basically the engine, 1 passenger car, and an engine. And so I basically took 2 of them and I converted it so now it has 1 engine, 5 cars, and an engine. Oh, no. It's a total of 6, so it's 2 engines and 4 cars, yeah. And Irish, yes, have you built the Daily Bugle and work on the 2nd floor? Yes, I built that. I did a few live streams on that. I can't remember how many. Something like, I want to say it was like 5, but I admit that my memory is not the greatest, but that particular set is the greatest, though, I'll tell you that. I loved it. How are you liking it so far? I like the minifigures, and I like how they represent so many different parts of the Spider-Man universe. Yeah, you see what I got on my mind, Star Wars. But I do think that's an awesome set, and yeah, it's priced a little high, but that didn't bother me because of the amount of stuff that you're getting with it. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It was like 25 minifigures. So many. Hey John, how you doing this morning? Thanks for joining us, man. How's the dog doing? Okay, so we got a bit of a fender wall here going. One of my favorite things, Irish, about that particular build, I love the Sandman, how they've got him busting through the sidewalk. Absolutely ingenious idea by Lego to do that. I toyed with the idea. Now I don't have the funds. I have great ideas, but I often don't have the funds to follow it. What I really wanted to do was maybe buy another one so that I could expand it and make it wider, the Daily Bugle. And then I kind of did, I like to draw, and I did a rough sketch. And what I really wanted to do was to buy 3 of them, more of them, so I had 4. And I wanted to make a really awesome, wider and longer Daily Bugle, but money's just not there. I also want to buy 10 Mos Eisley Cantinas. I want to buy 10 of them total, and then that way I can build me a spaceport for the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, which I own. Actually, I own both versions, but just for one of them. And Irish says I'm really enjoying it, except that Lego forgot to give me 1 #1 bags. Just got it. Yeah, you know, unfortunately that is happening to me as well. I run a Bricklink store, so I literally get sometimes over 100 copies of a set before I put it out. And you know, you'd be surprised, but in 100 different sets, you will find that they do forget stuff, and it's kind of comical because Lego kind of knows who I am when I call now. But no offense, but I know they don't like me because I'm a reseller, but I don't care. I bought the product and they need to stand behind it, and they do, but they give me a little bit of trouble over it sometimes. So John says Rue is doing good. She's just watching your stream. All right. Well, I got a fan from man's best friend. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And I think, oh, there we go. Got this. Okay, so I didn't do that right. Let's do that. Okay. So it looks like some front work here being done to prepare for the future. So yeah, I was breaking out trains yesterday, and make sure I get this right. Oh well, I did that wrong. And I got a couple of the old cargo trains out, and one of the flatbeds it had like a wheelbarrow on it and like a chemical car, like a little cylinder thing, and the middle part was absolutely empty. And I just, I'm not going to leave it that way. So I spent my time yesterday, and I used a white cylinder from a SpongeBob set. It had stickers on it, and I went ahead and made me another chemical card. It looks slightly different from the one that's on there, so I thought that was pretty neat. And John says she's sitting next to me, no zoomies yet. Okay. And Irish says, I have the other VW camper van. I really enjoy the build. What's your opinion of this build versus the other one? Assuming you have it as well. So that's a pretty safe assumption. I don't actually own it, but my daughter does, and I see it all the time because it's sitting on a shelf. So far, I haven't compared the two. I'm waiting for this one to be built, and that's kind of the thing, Irishman. If you, I don't know if you're kind of new here, but a lot of my videos, I'll do a live stream. It's pretty common, and then what I will do from there is I will do a video, and if I own anything similar to it, I break it out. And this is not meant to show off or anything, but I own probably about 1,200 Lego sets, and so oftentimes I do have the other versions of whatever I'm building. And so in this particular case, I plan on taking that VW bus that my daughter has, and I will be putting that in the video and comparing them side by side. The most recent side by side, Oh yeah, it was a Republic gunship, the Ultimate Collector Series one. I own 2 other copies. Of course, they're not Ultimate Collector Series. They're just regular sets that are about a third of the size as far as pieces are concerned. But I still went ahead and I did do comparison videos on there, and I also did that with a holiday camper van, and actually that's my most viewed video, and it's got about 8,000 views, which I know some channels get 8,000 views in an hour, but hey, you know what, I'm still small, and I appreciate having 8,000 views. So, and John says it's nice to see the different sets. Yeah, I think it is too. I enjoy doing those sort of things. It's a bit challenging on the time. Okay, so here's the driver's seat. Unless you're in England, I guess it'd be over here. But let's go ahead and go with the other seat. That's what's next. So yeah, unpackaging trains yesterday, and I did make modifications, quite a few, and because I'm going to be at a show here in November, and then I learned I had a local pickup. I had a local pickup order this week, and it was from a guy who is part of the local lug here, and he was telling me about another show that is taking place 2 weeks from this weekend. And so I don't have the time, and I'm sure registration's late, so I won't be there as a vendor. And actually, I've never done one of these, and that felt good. I just pinched a little bit of skin in there. So I guess I have some skin in the game now. No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke. So I'm too late to register, and I haven't actually been a vendor at all at any of these events. But what got me interested in it was a week ago, my dad collects model trains, and he needed some help with one of his booths because he was running 2 booths. And I sat at one of his booths all weekend last weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I love the social aspect of it. There are a lot of people willing to talk to you, and here's another seat here. So we have the 2 front seats done. Now we're going to do the floor stick shift, looks like. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and I love the social aspect, like I said. And I decided that, you know what, even though I wasn't there talking about my channel, I gained about a dozen subscribers without even advertising I had a channel, just because during the course of the conversation, I was able to talk to them about my channel, because I do have Lego trains, which is closely related but not exactly the same as model trains. And now we're on bag number 6. So we've got, so this bag was I think it was good, because this bag brought the back seat, I don't know what this is, and then 2 front seats to the stick shift, and a little bit of trim on the side. So it's really making it come together, in my opinion. And Ira says, I look forward to that. Comparisons are always fun. The T2 looks quite a bigger. Yeah, I think from my memory, yeah, it looks like it is a few studs wider and longer. But I don't know for sure, but I'm going to find out. And I do enjoy the comparisons as well. And John says, especially seeing them side by side, the sets. And yeah, I absolutely love it. For me, it brings back a lot of nostalgia, because, well, I mean, I grew up with a lot of these sets, and, you know, I'm not afraid to say I'm in my mid-40s, and, you know, over the years, I've collected quite a few Legos, and, you know, I love the opportunity to go back and build them. I moved about 2 years ago, and so my Lego trains, and not just trains, my Lego sets have been packed up for some time. And so when I do these videos that do have comparisons, it gives me a chance to go back and rebuild them, because they were all disassembled for the move. And, you know, I get that chance, and a lot of times it brings back memories like, oh, hey, that was my 7th birthday, that was my 11th birthday, that was Christmas, because I remember these sort of things. So it gives me a chance to reminisce a little bit. And I would say overall I had a great childhood, so not too many bad memories there, a lot of good memories. I had 2 good good, loving parents. And if my dad's watching, which sometimes he does, love you, Dad. And thanks for getting me hooked on Legos at the age of 4. So yeah, it has a lot of things for me. And I actually find building Legos is very therapeutic, to be honest. Not that I really need a whole lot of therapy, but I'm just saying what it does is it relaxes me. And it gives me a chance to, think about things, plan things even, because, Legos are just that relaxing. So they actually help de-stress me when I'm stressed. And see, John said, if you were closer, I would ask your dad if he knew anyone that would want to buy my dad's trains. Well, I could still ask him, John, because you never know. It is absolutely insane. I don't want to, I say this lightly because I don't want to offend. I went to one of my dad's club shows about a year ago, and a guy who was a longtime member of the club showed up and shocked everyone when he said that he just found out he had pancreas cancer and that they gave him 6 months to live. And he, right then and there, offered up his train sets for sale, and they were gone within a week. And the train community here in Utah is very large. So I'm just saying that if you really want to sell them, I'm sure there's a market for it. I'm sure there's a local train club around there that would know people that would be interested, especially with John, what you've told me, with what kind of sets your dad's has. So I would think you have a good possibility of getting some money out of them, and I think it'd be worth it as well. Because if you're not going to personally use them, why not? But then again, you might want to hold on to it for the nostalgic value, depending on how you feel about that. And Ghost Green Man, hey, how you doing? Hello from the UK. I appreciate you being here, man. How you been? And Irish Andrew, sorry. My dad built me a train set when I was a kid. I'm no longer into those kind of trains, but I'm really enjoying Lego trains. I have 2 in my city now, cargo and passenger train. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I don't care too much for the model trains like my dad does, but hey, each his own. And he enjoys it, and I enjoy the hobby with him because I've helped him build like trees. And it's really funny. They take furnace filters and they cut them, and then they spray paint them with this gritty sort of paint, and they actually look like real trees. So I enjoy doing stuff like that. And also, my dad uses plaster of Paris for his tunnels, and he uses chicken wire underneath, and I've built many of those with him. So I'm not an expert at it, but I definitely could hold my own to build those if I had to. And John says, every collector remembers these sort of things. I remember when and where, how much my dad spent on most of the train collection. Yeah, it's interesting how those memories do come flooding back as you look over your collection. And I think that's pretty cool. And like I said, I find those times very therapeutic because, if you're at a place in your life where you can do that sort of thing, you have money to buy these sort of things, you're usually in a good spot in your life, and it's nice to go back and remember these sort of things. It's just really awesome, and there does come a certain sense of satisfaction when you're able to pick something off the shelf or on the internet and order it, and it's yours. And I enjoy that feeling, maybe a little too much, some might argue, but I do enjoy it. And are you going to watch Free Guy? I hadn't heard of that, Green Man. What is that? I'm certainly not against watching it. I have a job where my full-time job, I basically I'm not sitting around waiting, but sometimes it feels like I do because when things go wrong, that's when I have to spring into action and fix things, as well as when things just come in that need to be handled. I do that as well. So I have time to watch YouTube and other things, Netflix, that kind of stuff. And so I often do watch shows in the middle of work, just because I can, and it keeps me occupied. So tell me where at streaming, and I'll see what I can do. Let's see. Okay, so we got this, and that goes there. Sorry, I talk to myself sometimes when I build. I just don't argue with myself. John, not exactly. Dad was an operator, so nothing was Lionel. That's still okay, John, because I know that people, the value won't be there, but as much as it would if they were genuine Lionel. But there are still people that just can't afford the real Lionel, and they will indeed buy it anyway. So I would just think that if your goal is to offload those and get a little extra cash, that would be possible. But then again, like I said, the nostalgic value may be stronger than any dollar value that you can get out of it. But train shows is where I would start, or train clubs and shows. I'm sure they're around. In fact, if you want to, John, I could ask my dad if he knows any clubs out there, because I'm sure they exist out there. And I'm sure he knows people, because he's connected very well in the train community. Okay. Did you? Yes. Okay. So yeah. Hi, Gross Green Man. I did see your comment. I thought you were there, but I'll repeat what I said. I was asking, is it the super secret police thing from the Lego movie, or is this like a custom build? Because I just curious about that, because I think that's really cool. The Lego movie, I have the super secret police dropship, but if it's not the same thing, I'd like to know a little bit about it. I think that's pretty cool. And a character that's an NPC in Free City. Oh no, I didn't. No, I did. I don't know about that. So this is a video game then. Not sure what this is yet. We're still working on this. No place to put them here. Okay, so it sounds like you're wanting to offload them. Well, I'll tell you what, John. I'm supposed to see my dad later today. I'll ask him who he knows or what he knows, and go from there. Nope. Irishman says nope, not paying $20 or more to stream a movie. Free Guy looks good, but I'll wait till it comes to one of the streaming services. Yeah, if it costs $20, I don't think I could do it either. As you guys probably guessed, all my money's tied up in Legos. I don't think that'll come as a shocker to anybody here in this group. Okay, cool. So that's what this is. So these are cabinets for like a refrigerator. And then this little table kind of moves out of the way. Oh, you can't see that. And then we've got a little mini kitchenette here with a sink. Oh, let's do it this way. You got a sink and you got a tea kettle and that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. And we've got some more to go here. Okay, so we got to build 2 of these. Oh, and yesterday I also made the review video for the Death Star Final Duel set, and that was a really fun one because, as you guys know, I've mentioned before that Star Wars is indeed my favorite movie, and so building a Star Wars set as iconic as that, about Episode 6, was awesome. What really hit me though when I made the video was that Return of the Jedi was released on March 25th, 1983. That is, God, that is like almost 30 years ago. And almost 30 years after this movie's released, they're able to make a set and it sells like awesomely. That just tells you how popular that movie was, and I was really impressed when that kind of hit me like that. Of course, I grew up in that era. I was a young man or young kid when that came out, but just really awesome. And they did build another version of it a few years back. They did do it in 2015, so about 6 years ago. They came out with the Death Star Duel. It was slightly different, about 100 less pieces, but just going through that experience of building it and reviewing it, I really enjoyed it. And so I'll be releasing that probably tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, please, and take a look. Irish Andrew, same here. Lego's a serious, expensive addiction. Hobby. LOL. And I agree with you. I've often said in my videos that if you collect Legos, you already accept this is an expensive hobby, and it is. And I would agree that it, for me at least, it does border on an addiction. My wife might definitely tell you that it is an addiction, but I'm not here to advocate her views. So. But I will say something funny about this, Irish. If you haven't seen any of my Lego tours, I do a Lego room, Lego house tour once a month usually. I have missed a couple months, but I do that. And if you ever walk around my house, you'll know why my wife says this. My wife has told me that if I wasn't so organized with my Legos, that we would have a hoarding situation on our hands, and I can't argue with that. She's 100% right. All right, so we built kind of the top of the car here over the passenger side, and it looks like we've got some detailing to do, which I always enjoy. So let's turn this on its side, and okay, something weird's going on here because it's telling me to put pieces here, but I don't see where that happened. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that real quick. I might have missed something. I did have some extra pieces on our last build, and so I think I'm starting to understand where that came from. You could get 2 Lego sets for 20 pounds, but watch Free Guy for 20 pounds dollars. I mean, 2 sets are better. Yeah, I would agree, and I'm going to look at my spare pieces that are just right here. And actually, I'm going to have to leave the room just for a minute because I think I brought them out here. And also, if you've seen my working areas, you know that I don't keep them very clean. This is the only one that I keep very clean, so I already moved the spare pieces out of here. Can you show us one of your mocks? Yes. Well, I can't move my computer because it's hardwired. The internet is, because I tried wireless in here and it just didn't work. If you want to go check out a video, check out any of my videos that are called My Lego City Mock. That is my current large project that I'm working on, and there are so many mocks in there. There are some mods as well, and just for those who don't know, a mock is called my own creation, meaning it's completely your design. A mod is where maybe Lego or somebody else had started with the original idea, but then you go and modify it. And I have a ton of mods and mocks on that. Even some of the Lego modulars, I've added several floors to them. So that's a good place to start. I actually am going to do a live stream probably in the next 2 weeks, where I'm taking the original modular, I think it's 10182 or 85. That's the set number. It's the corner cafe. Lego did not build an interior on that. I modded it and built an interior. It also only came as 3 floors. I currently have 4 on there, and I have enough pieces to build number 5. Well, actually, I guess technically number 5 is built because it was a middle floor that I added to. The roof floor was already built for me, but I'm adding an interior to it because the bottom is a cafe, the top is a hotel, and I've actually built hotel rooms, a front desk, and all that. And so that's a good resource if you want to go back and watch those. I did live streams to build some of the extra floors in the interior. And if you want just a regular movie with or a video with a time lapse, those are also available under my Lego City mock. Sorry, got a little long-winded on answering your question there. I hope I did answer your question, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some videos with my mods and mocks, and also in the Lego Tour videos, I built a it was a mod because I got the idea online but did not buy the instructions, so I just looked at pictures. I built a McDonald's that's supposed to be in Hong Kong, and it's multi-leveled, and it's definitely a modular. I also bought the instructions for a bowling alley, but it wasted a lot of space on the plate, and so I added. It came with 2 bowling lanes, and I added a 3rd, and widened the building and widened the arcade and put more arcade games than what came with it. So that's another mod of mine. So, John, I like the interior. Yeah, I think the interior is nice as well. Oh, I need to move this out of the way. Shoot. Didn't realize you guys can't see what I'm doing here. Well, good thing you didn't see that. I just broke it. And I would say week 32 is probably better, because the underground video was in response, and I'm not mean about criticism. I get people have criticism. I mean, if you have an opinion, someone else has criticism. I get that, but I started to get a lot of questions on why I was doing the underground, so I went ahead and made a video explaining why I did the underground. So that's kind of more of a response video more than it is the build, and it kind of shows the city, but I don't think that well. I think one of my weekly videos, which they're not really that weekly because of time, but my videos displaying the city and working on them are probably the best description, and they show the best. So okay, so we got to put a license plate on here. We've got the European one, or California. Now, I am originally from California, so spent my early years there. I'll say that. So I don't like to claim I'm from there, though. Just kidding. It's just a joke. But I'm going to put the California license plate because I do relate to California. Which means I have an extra piece because I don't need that tile now. Yes, I actually do like Hawaiian pizza. I think it tastes great, pineapple and ham on there. Of course, you take one look at me and I think it's pretty obvious that I have an affection for food. And yeah, I don't mind poking some fun at myself. Although I will say, I don't know if it shows, but since my granddaughter left a little over a month ago, Um, I've been really trying hard. I started working out again, and I've been really watching what I eat. And I'm happy to tell you that I've lost 9 pounds in the last month. So very happy with the progress there. And I'm just trying to be, in general, I'm just trying to be more healthy. I was born with a heart issue, and I really can't push it. And I had been pushing it with carrying this extra weight around for too long. So it's time. And it's funny because people that knew me in high school and right after high school said, "Man, you were always so small. What happened?" Yeah, well, I injured my back at work, and it was a long, prolonged process. And long story short, when you can't move around very fast or very well, you tend to put on the weight, and that's what happened. But I had surgery in January that corrected that problem, and so I'm hoping that with increased mobility, it'll be easier to throw off this weight for good. So that's my plan there. It's just trying to be a little more healthy. And Go Screamin', I just need to do the Space Police driver bit and too many space jet for the cops for my Space Police mock. Oh, that's cool, man. Hey, if you want to share that with me, I'd love to look at it when you're done, or even in this stage, if you want to share it. In most of my videos, my live streams, I haven't done it, but in most of my other videos, I do have links to my Facebook page. If you want to share it there, I would love to see it. I've had, in the past, I've had other people that have shared their mods and mocks, and I like looking at them. I think they're pretty cool. And I'm always fascinated what people can do with these bricks. I mean, it's just like we almost need to create a movie called The Saga of the Brick, because I love Legos, and I love how what can be like, I don't know, like a windshield one day can be glass behind a ice cream shop the next. I just like how pieces can be repurposed, and it's just limited by your imagination. So when I see other people's builds, I like to look for those sort of things, and I'm in awe sometimes of how I would have never thought how to use a piece that way. But hey, I'm glad somebody did, because I think it's pretty cool. And some great stories here. Thanks, Go Screamin'. I appreciate that. And I'm happy for you. Way to go. Yeah, that was great, man. Thanks for that, Irishman. I appreciate that. Truth be told, my total goal with this is to lose 70 pounds. And I'm just at a point in my life where I just don't want the health problems that are going to come with not losing the weight if I don't do it soon. Okay, all right. I missed some pieces when I was laying them out. I don't have Facebook, but YouTube here. Okay, so do you have your own channel? Because if you do, I don't mind checking it out and taking a look at it. And I'm pretty sure I could find it just by clicking on your name. But yeah, if you have a channel, let me know. I'll be happy to check it out. And by the way, if you do have your own channel, I'm not one of these YouTubers that gets all butthurt when someone comes on my channel and talks about their channel. The way I look at it is, I know that I don't have all the ideas in the world, and I'm not the greatest builder either. I think I'm above average, but I don't think I'm one of the greatest. And so I realize that other people have talent, and I love seeing it, and I'm all about the Lego itself. So share on, man. And you do have your own. Okay, cool. I will take a look at that. And yeah, you'll notice your subscriber gets bumped up by one because I'll subscribe as well. Yeah, I really like this engine. I'll talk about it here in a minute, but oh, so what did I do wrong here? Oh, nothing. Okay. Just got to flip it upside down, that's all. Get to talking sometimes and I forget what I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have any experience working on VWs, especially the older ones. I do. I had a brother-in-law that owned one, and we worked on it a few times. The reason I'm mentioning that because I know what the engine's supposed to look like for a VW, the older ones, and I have to say this is classic to how they looked. I love it. They did not have radiators, the older ones. They were air cooled through these vents here in the back, and the engines were always in the back. And let's see. Alright, so we got the engine to fit there with the little tailpipe. And Irish says, I'm kind of new to Lego, started collecting and building last May. I haven't seen this before, but I really like how they designed the furniture on the second floor of the Bugle. Yes, I do too. The second floor, if I remember right, is the pillar with the computer flat screens on all four sides. And I agree with you. I love that a lot. I thought that was a really neat touch. I also like the office furniture, the desks and the filing cabinets and all that stuff. I thought that was really cool. And congratulations to starting to collect Legos, and hello to no spare money. But like I said before, if you collect Legos, I think you've already accepted the fact that this is an expensive hobby. And it's a very fun one. I mean, shoot. Alright, so they want us to put the Volkswagen emblem on here, and as I said before, whenever I do this, I hear that Eminem song, "You've Only Got One Shot," because that's what I feel like when you put these stickers on. I got that from a meme. I stole it from there. And Montana Used Bricks just stopping by to see how the build's going. This is one of the many sets on my wish list, looking good. Hey, thanks, man. And yeah, this is one that I almost didn't get, but my daughter already owns. She's 20. She lives with me. She already had the original one, the red one, and so I was at the store to get the Republic gunship, which I did get, and I've already done videos on in a review. But she convinced me. She was like, "Hey, you know, we already have the red one." She has it, but she said we already have the red one, and why can't we get this one? And so we went ahead and got it. So I'm glad we did, and I am going to do a comparison video at the end with this this one and the red one, the original. And Ghost Screaming says, then some more Lego mocks I made on my channel, like made set 60221 at police. Okay, cool. That would be alright. I'll check that out, man. And Irishman says, I completely agree. Very fun hobby. Yeah, fun, therapeutic. It's just a great I think it's just great all around. All right, so we got the back door going here. And I really like the tail lights on this thing. I'll show you here, but if you've ever seen a VW bus real life, you'll see that these tail lights, being the circles that they are, the half circles, these are definitely what they look like in real life. Really impressed with the little touches that they did on this thing to make it look authentic. And And Ghost Screamer says, an Avengers fight scene I made. Hey, that'd be cool. I'd love to see that. I will take a look. And Gauntlet, yes, my custom Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, okay. All right, I would like to see that. I bought the original Gauntlet, and it's on the floor over there. I haven't built it yet, so it'd be interesting to see somebody else's idea of that. That's cool, man. And cool because use Montana Brick says cool because I have the red one, and I was thinking the two would look good on the shelf together. Yeah, they would. And speaking of that, some of you know that I've been trying to move out to the country and get a bigger house with land, and unfortunately the housing market, I make good money but the housing market has outstripped what I can afford, so that's not going to happen right now. And so the idea is let me see here. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta think here. The idea is to make use of the space that I have, and so I'm gonna go to IKEA and buy a bunch of shelves and hang them on. I have a wall. I have vaulted ceilings, and I have a wall that goes like all the way down to the basement, all the way up to the vaulted ceilings. And I'm gonna put shelves along there. And one of the first things I'm gonna put on those shelves is gonna be the different cars that I have, like the Porsche and Lamborghinis and Bugatti and all those kind of things. I need to grab the grab these little curtains. I just think it's really cool, all the different things that Legos come out with, and I'm definitely running out of space, so I gotta maximize what I have here. And I was going to mention this before. I've mentioned it in other videos, but I was going to mention it here again. A funny story. Several years ago, I started organizing my Legos in these bins, and the bins were they're little part things that they usually people use them for. Nuts and bolts, screws, that kind of stuff. I use them for Legos. A lot of people do that are in the hobby, and I don't know if I really should admit this, but I have over 200 of those cabinets, and many of them have 60 drawers. Some have 18 if they're larger. And by the way, we're on bag number 9 now, and we've got pretty good shell going here. I think it's going pretty well, except for just that. I just broke it. So I have a lot of those, and one day I was joking around with my wife, and I said, hey, I think I got OCD here, because I organized my Legos alphabetically by the color, and then by the part, the type of part, like, arches first, then bricks, so on and so forth. And my wife just looked at me, and this wasn't said in a mean way. We joke around a lot with each other. And she says, no, honey. She goes, you don't have OCD. She said, that right there, it is so bad because the way I have it organized. She said that even the disorder of OCD for me has to be alphabetized, and it's really CDO. So that's kind of the joke between us, is that I have CDO instead of OCD. Alright, so we're just doing a couple pieces here in the front, and Captain America mech with hammer, that'd be cool, and custom Among Us. Alright, I'll take a look at some Lego videos to watch while you're waiting for Space Police ship video. I will take a look. And John says it's sticker time. Yeah, we've got quite a few stickers on here. The set's not short of those at all. Alright, so let's continue with a gear piece here. It's for the steering, I imagine. Oh, okay. Just kind of look at the instructions here. It's kind of hard to see it. Alright, so yes, we have another gear here for the steering, and yes, it does move the steering. And Montana says we are to the point we need to choose which sets to display because we're running out of room. I'm in the same boat, and it's almost a sad statement, but I say almost because, well, I don't know if there's such a thing as too many Legos, to be honest. You know, I've watched that show Hoarders, and I've never seen someone has a Lego addiction on there, so I think we're all pretty safe. And no, I'm not trying to make fun of people that have a serious disorder, because I know somebody's going to come at me in the comments and say I'm being insensitive. I'm only joking around. But honestly, though, if you have watched Hoarders, I've never seen one where somebody has a Lego addiction that has gotten out of hand. And that's not making fun of anybody. That's an actual factual statement. Never seen it. Oh, cool. Let's see what they're doing here. And Ghost Screamin' put Sandman for Daily Bugle in the van to see how big he is. Oh, yeah. You know, I could do that. Give me 1 second. I will be happy to do that. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab that. Alright, so here we have Mr. Sandman. Peeled him right off the sidewalk. And there you go. If I stand him straight up, he's just about as tall as the van. No. He'd have to go through the side door here. But there he is. And he is quite large. Chris Evans is in free. Oh, okay, yeah, Chris Evans, the guy who plays Captain America. And yeah, my wife's got a crush on him. In fact, I don't know of any woman who doesn't, but anyway. That stuff doesn't bother me, by the way. I'm not saying that like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I'm mature enough to know that I ain't the best looking man out there, and I'm mature enough to know that my wife has eyes. So that stuff doesn't bother me at all. It just is what it is. And Jennifer, Jenny, I'm sorry, that Volkswagen is moving right along. Looks great. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. And I do agree. It's looking just like one. Lego did a really good job with all these touches on here. So I am very impressed with this already. And Montana says Chris Evans is in Free Guy cameo role. We are planning on seeing that movie next week. Tonight we're going to see Suicide Squad. Yeah, my daughter, Jessica, she's the oldest. She loves Suicide Squad. And if you didn't know, the minifigure for oh, come on. The blonde girl. I know her name. Can't think of it right now. I bought, I think it was Welcome to Apocalypseburg. To part it out, I bought several of them, and I listed them, and she sold like immediately, and I could not believe the price on her. She was selling for like $55, and yeah, didn't faze people. They just, And in fact, one guy bought 10 of her, so it was over a $500 order. She sold so well. So, and I know somebody else knows the name, but and I know it too. I just can't think of it right now. And just think, this is the morning for me, and I still can't remember. I'm just kidding. My memory does tend to get worse as the day goes on. All right. Lego people tend to be organized, or at least what we've seen. Yeah, you know, if you're not organized, yeah, as a Lego fan, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. All right. Just got a little bit more here to go. Oh wow, I didn't realize I was sitting at an hour to live stream. Usually about an hour is all I go, but I'm going to finish this bag up. So, and this is, I'm now to the part where I didn't organize all the pieces because this is where I ran out of time. But that's all right. I've got a very small pile here. It's not that big, so it won't be too bad to rummage through it. Blue shirt guy. Was he one of the characters in Apocalypseburg? It's been a while since I parted those out. In fact, I wasn't even living here. That was over 2 years ago. I was living in Virginia at the time. I do remember that. All right, so there's that. Oh wow, wait. I better do this right. I'm about ready to throw some parts on there that don't belong. I'm at my grandma's house, so we're going to leave to get KFC, so I don't know if I'll make it back to the house. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining, Ghost Green Man. I appreciate that. Enjoy your KFC, man. That's a decent spot, man. Yeah, I probably got about another five minutes here, and then gonna call it a day here. I've got, let's see, looks like about another 3 or 4 bags down there. So I will schedule the live stream for Tuesday night. Tomorrow is going to be a video. It'll be the review of Death Star 2. Or not Death Star 2. What am I thinking? The Final Duel. Sorry, I can't do this in a way where you guys can see it and I can work on it. That'd be kind of challenging. So, but I'm kind of concerned because I put some pieces aside. Oh, yep, there. Good thing I did that. They go here. My mom's taking me to the grandma, so I don't know if I'll be here for the whole stream or not. Hey, that's all right, man. Enjoy family. Family is the reason I live here. It's the reason I moved to this area. I'm not from Utah, but when my parents retired, this is where they came because this is where they're from. And if you guys have heard the story before, I apologize, but my dad was in the military. He retired out of the military, and so they originally they went to high school here. They grew up here. I didn't. I grew up in California basically for the most part. That's the easiest way to explain it rather than all the places I've been. I spent most of my time in California growing up, and when I graduated high school, I moved away, and shortly thereafter, my parents, because my dad was already retired, they just stayed in California because that's what us kids knew mostly, and because of the moving around in the military already, they decided to stay there, and then when I left the house, shortly thereafter, my sister left. My younger sister left too because she wasn't that far behind me, and my parents moved back to Utah. Well, several years later, 20-something years later, I wanted to be with them, so I bought a house about 15 minutes from them, and that's the reason I am here. I built that a while back. It's really fun. Yeah, the Death Star. Yeah, it is a good one. I love the reaction chamber that you can throw the Emperor down, just like in the movie. I think that's pretty cool. However, my only criticism of that is they didn't make it to scale. Just kidding. If they did that, it'd be taller than my house, the shaft, to throw them down. So I'm just joking around, but good set nonetheless. And I do like the Royal Guards. The Royal Guards look absolutely sharp. I love those guys. They're well, I don't like swearing because I know kids watch this show, but their uniforms to me make them look like genuine bad somethings that I won't say. It's another word for a rear end. But they just look really cool. They're that awesome to me. All right, bye, Ghost Green Men, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully, enjoy your visit with your grandma. Okay, that's too long. Yep, that's the right one. All right. I feel like we're on the home stretch here because this little pile is going to be the end of the video or the live stream. But it's coming along nicely. I'm not really sure what part this is just yet. Probably maybe part of the roof with the sunroof. I don't know. Now this is interesting why they used two different things when they could have used another 4-panel here and then a 2 here. That's interesting. I'm not sure why they chose to go that route. But it's going pretty well with this build. I think one more live stream is going to finish it off. Oh, this is not. This is a sliding door. Okay. Yeah, I think one more live stream will finish this off, and then from there, I can do the comparison review video. Which I look forward to doing. Okay. This looks like this is the mechanism for the door itself. Sorry, not trying to have the conversation die down, but just trying to get this right. And sometimes I just don't have the brain capacity to do both talk and build at the same time, especially when it's a little complicated like this. Okay, so put that down. It seems like, oh, I did miss something. See, wasn't even talking and I still did that, but no problem. It just means I gotta throw it on. All right, so let's let's flip that on, and oh, okay. This is a little fun here. Okay, there we go. So now we have the sliding door on there. It actually does work. It actually does slide. Kind of a little rough, but that's all right. It does work. All right, so this right here is what. Wait, what does it want me to do? Oh, it wants me to push that in there. Oh, okay, that's what. Okay, that mechanism pops open the door. Cool. Well, this is what the first 8 bags will get you. We've got 9, 10, and 11 left, so 3 sets of bags left. And like I said, we'll pick that up on Tuesday evening. Thank you for joining me. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I know I will. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and hit the like button if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys later.